Hi Taurus, welcome to your love and romance reading for July 2020. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I know a lot of you like to check out your Venus sign when it comes to love and romance. So don't forget guys, if you're new here, check out the weekly forecasts because every week I do a reading for each zodiac sign for career, finance, spirituality, any other messages coming in other than love and romance, right? Because I know people are interested in love, but there's a lot of other stuff to life. So make sure you check out your weeklies as well. Let's jump right on in here, Taurus, and see what's happening for you guys in love. Your first card here is the Hierophant. Ooh, how very intriguing. It's your card. I am noticing a theme for the different signs. Not every single sign has had this. I think Capricorn did, and I can't remember which other sign, but it's kind of coming up here. For me, in my readings, if I'm reading for you and your Zodiac's major arcana card comes up, it tells me that you have the power in the situation. Like whatever's going on, you have more power than you realize, and the situation is gonna wake you up to that, and you're gonna kind of just be stepping in and handling it, or steering it in a new direction. So I know there's other meanings to the Hierophant, and we'll get to that, and I'll talk about all of that. But just in my readings, when I see your zodiac sign come up, it, like I said, it tells me you have power in the situation. Now, it's a major arcana card, so this tells us, my darlings, that your love life is coming into a new chapter, a new period. There's going to be changes happening for you that are kicking off in July. And these are going to be changes around stability in your relationships, bringing stability, bringing commitment into your relationships, right? So some of you may be recommitting or renewing vows, even if it's not like a whole big old ceremony happening. It could be something you all are doing between each other, like making a promise to like recommit in some way. And for those of you who are single, your relationships are going to be moving in the direction of a serious partner, something stable. And the Hierophant also comes in with the message of like truth, ethics. I think it's finding somebody that shares your beliefs. And so some of you may even be in the energy where you're kind of cleaning house and you're aligning yourself only around people that share your beliefs. Now, I want to clarify something. I don't mean that like you're going to be somebody with like your nose stuck up in the air where you're not tolerant of what other people think, because it's not necessarily beliefs, it's more so values, right? So, for example, you kind of might be turning towards your childhood religion or something, or you might be finding some spiritual belief. I don't feel like you're cutting everybody out of your life who doesn't have that spiritual belief or who's not the same religion, but I do feel like you're cutting people out of your life that you feel like are like a different kind of character, that you feel like maybe they're being dishonest, or you feel like they're being very hateful, or you feel like they're being unethical in some way. Like you're cleaning house in this way. You're kind of creating like a smaller circle. And for some of you, this is the way in which you're beginning to, or you're the path you're taking to meeting someone. If you're trying to meet somebody, it's as you're getting closer to your core beliefs, your core ethics, your core principles, you're aligning with this life partner kind of energy. The next card here is the Page of Swords. So this could indicate for some of you there may be a younger air sign at play, because I know Page of Swords can be representative of an air sign traditionally. However, once again, the cards are a little bit different for me when I read. When the Page of Swords comes up in a reading for me, Spirit is saying that the situation is requiring for you to speak up. So what did I say with the first card? That you have more power in the situation than you realize. And so the next card is saying you got to speak up though. You got to speak up. You have to address the situation, right? Don't expect or anticipate that the other person is going to pick up on your hints or clues. Or, and we all say this, I know I've said it too, I'm guilty of this myself. We're like, well, they should know. It's common sense. They should figure it out. But that's not always the case, right? Like, people don't always see things the way that we see things, or people do things and they don't realize. So you can't expect that this person automatically knows, or they've figured out why you're not happy. Like, you're really gonna have to speak up. If you're somebody who is single and you're like, what is going on? Like, I've been working on myself, I've been getting my life together, I've been healing. Where in the heck is my person? Like, why is it taking so long? The Page of Swords is saying that you are calling in the person, but you maybe in the past have had a pattern of ending up in relationships where the people don't take your feelings seriously, right? Or maybe you're dealing with family and you're wanting to get away from family, you're wanting to get away from toxic friends, and you're like, oh my gosh, if I could just find my person, I can make my home with that person and I can feel at home and I can be away from all of these terrible jerks, you know? Spirit is saying that energy is going to bring in a relationship very similar where you start feeling like that person's being a jerk. So the way you're going to break out of it is if right now you can start kind of speaking up. If you're in a relationship where you're frustrated and you feel like your partner never pays attention to your feelings, or like they're not taking your feelings into consideration, they might not know. Because if the Page of Swords is coming up, sometimes this means that we kind of, in the beginning of the relationship, we didn't want somebody to think that we were high maintenance or dramatic or overly sensitive. So we let a lot of things go. We didn't say anything. And then it really starts bugging us, right? And we kind of try to hint that it's bothering us, but they don't understand. They don't get it because it's always been that way. And as far as they know, you've been okay with it. So you're going to have to tell them flat out, like, look, you know, like, I was being patient about these things, or I thought maybe they were going to pass, or I didn't want to make a big deal and I was trying to deal with it, but it's really, really an issue for me. Like, you know, I know maybe you don't realize, and that's why I'm telling you now, like, moving forward, here are the things that are really bugging me, and here are the things that I really, really need for us to work on together. You have to speak up. The Hierophant card is saying, again, you have more power than you realize in a situation. The majority of you are going to be heard, and the person's going to make an effort to work on the relationship with you. But you know, they don't know, and they're not going to know until you speak up. And for those of you trying to manifest this healthy relationship, you have to practice now, you know, let your yes mean yes, yet let your no mean no. And that doesn't mean be honest, because I think a lot of you are honest. What that means is don't do anything you don't want to do. Okay, and be upfront about that. Don't feel bad about saying no if you really don't want to commit to something, or even if it's little things like you don't want to get takeout from that particular restaurant, or you don't want to watch that specific movie. Speak up, because these are little ways, little teensy baby step ways that you start feeling like, I have a right to my opinions, I have a right to my feelings, and people need to take my feelings and opinions into consideration, right? And then this is going to help you kind of unlock that, so that you're able to attract a relationship with a person that takes your feelings into consideration. Otherwise, you're around a lot of people who are going to be used to you making things convenient for them, you putting your feelings on the back burner so that, you know, they can have it their way. And so there's a shift, there's a change that's happening for you in this area, Taurus. Your next card here is Ace of Cups. Wow, I just got excited for you guys. I just got chills. Ace of Cups in general is a really, really happy card, right? It has an extra special happy meaning for me that I'll get to here in just a moment. But Ace of Cups is like, it's a new home. It's a fresh start. It's like falling in love with life, falling in love with yourself, falling in love with a person, creativity. It's this really full feeling in your heart. It's this happiness all around, right? And it's a card that indicates true love, bringing in a sense of true love, a sense of home, a sense of fulfillment. Now, when I see Ace of Cups, it has an extra special meaning for me, because over the years reading for people, one thing I've really noticed, Ace of Cups seems to come up when you're shifting your karmic lessons. Okay, and I just said, a lot of you, the karmic lesson has been that you've been in these relationships where people did not give one single crap about how you felt about things. You were always being the one bending over backwards. You were always being the one like being of service, right? Or being taken advantage of. For other ones of you, the karmic lesson could have been a different topic. But when we see the Ace of Cups, you had this awakening where you had this moment, you said, you know what? I'm tired of this mess. I'm tired of the same exact situation happening over and over and over again. And I've learned my lesson. I'm done. I never want to feel this way again. I just want to be happy. I know what the red flags are now. I know what to look out for. I'm not doing this. The universe says awesome. Taurus is awake now. Taurus no longer needs this poking, this discomfort to wake them up. And now that they're awake, they're ready to learn their life lessons through happiness, through unconditional love, success, positive experiences. So I feel what's happening, my darlings, is you guys are attracting the positive karmic. You guys are attracting the person that you have a contract with, where you are creating this happy relationship, healthy life. And for some reason, Taurus, I feel like this person who's coming in is kind of mirroring this same journey. Like they've walked a very similar path as you. They might be coming out of a upbringing where they didn't have the best examples for healthy relationships, and they may themselves even be like cleaning house and clearing out toxic friendships and things. So I feel like you guys are kind of coming together and doing this together. Like you guys are both becoming better than the generations before you. No disrespect to anybody's ancestors. I'm not trying to put anybody's family line down, but I feel in your energy there's like this healing from dysfunction or healing from unhealthy relationships. And I feel this other person's doing the same thing. Like you guys are both awakened. You guys are both evolving. And you have this agreement that you're coming in and doing this together as a couple. So your next card here, is the High Priestess. Okay. So High Priestess is a card that comes up when you are being asked to really, really connect with your intuition and your inner knowing, like what your gut is telling you. Now, again, I know High Priestess is typically associated with Pisces, but I always get a strong Taurus vibe from High Priestess. And I'm not an astrology expert, and my understanding of astrology is super basic, but one viewer one time really broke it down in the comments, and I wish I would have taken a screenshot of it because now I can't remember it. But she really explained why, like what the planetary associations were with High Priestess and how it actually is connected to Taurus. And I really wish I had saved that screenshot or taken a screenshot. But so remember how I said with that first card, there was the Hierophant, and that's your traditional card, and that means you're coming into your power. Well, I look at the High Priestess as, again, saying you're coming into your Taurus power here. But it's really interesting because look at this. Your first card was Hierophant, and your last card here is the High Priestess. The Hierophant is the traditional beliefs. It's like the traditional patriarchy, right? And then the High Priestess is the intuition, the esoteric, the sage energy, the metaphysical, right? The spiritual. So I feel like what's happening here is you're having this awakening, and you're taking your old school traditional values and your new beliefs, And a lot of you are very lucky and you're attracting a partner that is doing the same. That you guys are coming together and you're coming up with your own beliefs. You're coming up with your own values, your own kind of like, this is how we're going to go through life. This is what our, code of ethics is. But also, the High Priestess is going to indicate very, very strong chemistry, very strong attraction. So some of you need to be cautious and you need to be aware that as you're stepping into your power, even if you're in an existing relationship and even if you feel committed to this person, that you're going to be attracting a lot of attention. And those of you who are single, you have a very significant soulmate coming in, but you still need to be alert. Because what I have seen when you're in the High Priestess energy, your chakras are aligned. There's a lot of healing energy flowing through your body. And so you become very, very magnetic. You become very, very irresistible. And you're going to be attracting a lot of people who are rushing at you because your energy is very healing. Even if you're not typically their type, or they're not your type, or they're going to feel very drawn to you. They're going to feel very drawn to you. And so not everyone who's being persistent is ready for you, Taurus, and you need to remind yourself of this. You will have people, especially if you're on a spiritual path, I can tell you, especially if you're on a spiritual path and you're healing, when you get to certain levels of healing, there's going to be little pockets or periods of time where you have a lot of people interested in you. You have a lot of people pursuing you. But a lot of the people that are pursuing you because they're in desperate need of healing and they don't know how to do it. And so they don't understand why they're so drawn to you. But if you end up going to bed with these people, what's going to end up happening is they're latching into you and they're pulling from your energy. And they're pulling healing from you. And you begin feeling very, very tired. And you begin feeling very sad. And you begin feeling like your life is empty without that person around. Because every time you all go to bed and you do what you do and they walk off, they're walking off with a huge chunk of your energy. Okay? And they're walking off feeling very full. And you're feeling very like longing, like you just can't wait to see them again. And the reason why is they've walked off with a huge chunk of your energy. So you can meditate, you can do sea salt baths, you can smudge and sage yourself. You can do all kinds of things to bring that energy back in, to your energy to return to you. And if you don't know how to do those things, guys, don't panic, because your energy cannot be kept away from you permanently. It will return to you again, so you don't have to panic. But just be cautious, like be aware and know. And if you are single and you want to live it up and you're like, well, I just want to have a good time, and if I have all of these sexy people all into me, I'm going to go for it. If you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. But make sure you're keeping up with the cord cutting. Make sure you're keeping up with the spiritual hygiene, the same way you do with your physical hygiene, right? The same way if you've got a hot date coming up, you're going to make sure things are nice and clean and you're going to clean up after. Physically, do the same spiritually, okay? Do the same energetically. So you're going to have a lot of attention. And in that whole sea of attention, there's a diamond, okay? I think the majority of you are going to be more not cautious or alert, and you're going to wait to spot that diamond. But you guys are really, really onto something very significant here. Really kind of whole game changer in your love life. Your love life is really, really, really changing here. And those of you who are in an existing relationship, I think you're very lucky, because, from this reading, I feel like for the majority of you, you have a partner that's also waking up, and they're going to be working with you, to wake up and to evolve and to heal and to improve the relationship together. So that's good. That's positive. Alrighty, my dears, you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. If this is not your Venus sign, you might want to watch your Venus sign. A lot of people swear by their Venus sign when it comes to love videos. And then I know a lot of you are in the comments like, Amethyst, how do I know which one is gonna like relate to me? I can't answer that for you, but I can tell you how you can figure it out for yourself. Not just my videos, whatever tarot readers you guys watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus for all of them for a few months. Do it for a few months. And after a few months, you'll notice a pattern and you'll know, oh, okay, wow, I kind of sense or I kind of know. And it might change by time of year. I've noticed that. For some reason, around the fall time, my moon is on a cusp. So some reason around the fall time, even though my moon is in Taurus, my moon is on cusp of Gemini. For some reason around the fall, I'll watch Gemini readings and they'll resonate for me significantly. Like I'd say maybe 75-80%. So it might change, but that's something that you're going to learn with experience over time. I don't have time to watch readings on YouTube anymore, but when I used to, that is one thing that I noticed. So just do that, and you'll be able to figure it out for yourself. And Truly Divine is still offering you guys that discount too. That's in the description of the video. Oh, and real quick, thank you so much for these awesome nails. A viewer sent these to me. I mean, she's so creative. She's so awesome. I mean, they're so cute, right? Very, very glittery. I love them. Shiny. They're a lot of fun. So I want to say thank you to Rapid Luxury Nails for the beautiful set of nails that you sent me. And I'm all about supporting small businesses, guys. I really love anybody that takes their interest in their talents and their creativity and they do something with it. So show her some love. I have her Instagram and her website if you want to go on the website and see what other sets of nails she has and order something for yourself, or if you just want to see the cool pictures she has on social media, check her out. I have her linked in the description. Thank you so much for your generosity and for your beautiful gift. And guys, don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts for everything other than love and romance. Hopefully I'll see you all in the weeklies. Take care.